And action.
Today, Professor Glass will be teaching you how to factor binomials and trinomials. Factoring is simplifying an expression and finding out what you need to multiply to get back to the original expression.
And cut. For the first example, we will be factoring GCF. Now, it's greatest common factor. Alright? So what you do, you take out the multiple that is common in all the terms in the expression, which in this one is 3. So you take the 3 and you put it in front. And since we're using 3x minus 6, the 3 is common, so you take the 3 out of 3x, which is x, and you take the 3 out of 6, which is 2. And that is the final answer. Laura will be explaining a possible SOL question.
Okay, so today, we're going to factor 6x minus 24. So I'm going to start by solving it out. So we're going to take the 6 out because that is the GCF of 6 and 24. So when you take the 6 out, you're left with x and 4 because 6 is a multiple of both. And so the right answer would be B. It wouldn't be A because you have to keep the sign the same, and this is plus, not minus. It wouldn't be C because this is not the greatest common factor. It's a factor, but it's not the biggest one possible, so it's not factored out all the way. And it would not be D because it's not a factor of both 6 and 24, so that's not right. So it would only be 4x minus 24.
Action.
For the second, we will be factoring by difference of two squares. For this, you will be squaring an expression only if it is a perfect square binomial. An example is x to the second minus 16. To solve this, you realize that both terms, x squared and 16, are perfect squares, and you split the expression into two different parts. In the two parts, one is addition and one is subtraction to keep it the difference of two squares, because if it was addition in the original expression, you wouldn't be able to factor it. So when you solve, you should get x minus 4 and x plus 4. If you notice, you can check your answer by multiplying them back to get to the original expression.
Okay, so for the SOL, you can see a question that is technology enhanced, for example, x squared minus 49. And it could have x plus 7 over here as one of your choices, and then x minus 7, x minus 7, and x minus 7, x plus 7. And they'll have a box here for you to drag and drop your right answer. And you know that both of them are perfect squares, and the square root of 49 is 7. So you know that it has to be plus and minus. This one is just plus, so it's not that one. This one's just minus, so it's not that one. And this one has both. So you would drag and drop it into the box. So yeah.
The final concept of factoring is factoring trinomials. Factoring by grouping is the best way to factor trinomials. The example that we're going to be working with today is x squared plus 14x plus 49. Caroline will be writing for us today. Thank you, Caroline.
You're very welcome.
Now, the first thing that we want to do is make a t-chart with 49x squared on the left and 14x on the right. If we were to put this in A, B, C form, x squared would be A, 14x would be B, and 49 would be C. To start factoring by grouping, you need to find what multiplies to get 49x squared and adds to get 14x. Now 7x adds to get 14x, and if you multiply them together, then you get 49x squared. So since we have those two, we cancel the b term and put in the 7x and 7x. Thank you, Caroline. Now, since you add them together, you just group them in two separate groups. And there you have it. Now it should look like this so far, continued from the last problem. Now, you take the first half, which is x squared plus 7x, and you find the common term, which is x. You take it out, just like that. Oh yeah. Now you have x plus 7. Then, you take out the common factor in this one, which is 7, to get x plus 7. Then, notice that the first half is the same as that. So, yes. Now you take this, you put those in a group.
This is really ugly.
That's all right.
It's all okay.
Alright. Now it should look like that. If you get that, that's how you know that you have the correct answer.